concerning chanting. So the last time when we met, we read on turning the mind towards the holy name, and there were 7 points been given there. Please refer to the recording if you missed that one. We'll continue from the next section of this chapter, appreciating the holy name. Question: what is the reason? Sorry, I have little allergy, so bear with me. What is the reason if one becomes repeatedly inattentive in spite of having heard again and again about the necessity of attentive chanting? Answer: I'll repeat the question one more time for my own thing. What is the reason if one becomes repeatedly inattentive in spite of having heard again and again about the necessity of attentive chanting? Answer: the primary reason is forgetting to listen attentively at the moment of chanting. So that's the primary reason, that we are forgetting often that we have to listen attentively while we are chanting. The mind keeps going everywhere. Therefore, one cannot fully appreciate the holy name. In order to avoid this, Srila Prabhupada recommends to recite the following two verses before chanting, because they place us in the right frame of mind. So there are two slokas that's been recommended that we can chant before reciting, before starting our chanting. One is from Sri Krishna-Nāma-Stotram, another one is from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. The first one is by Srila Rūpa Gosvāmī. The sloka goes like Nikila Shruti Mauli Ratnamala Duti Nirajita Pada Pankajant Aimukta Kule Rupasya Manam Paritatvam Harinama Samshriyami. It states that the tips of the toes of the lotus feet of the holy name. So holy name is self personification, and then the holy name's tips of the toes of the lotus feet of the holy name are constantly worshipped by the glittering chain of jewels known as Upanishads, and that the holy name is loved by all liberated souls. That's the first sloka. First sloka is this particular Krishna-Nama is the holy name which is constantly worshipped. Worship the lotus feet, the tip of the toes of the lotus feet of the holy name. That itself shows how great the holy name is. Worshipped by the Upanishad. What's special about Upanishad? Because Upanishads are the one which speaks about the Brahmanyana, which speaks about the ultimate truth. It speaks about who God is, who am I, what's the goal of our life, and what do we achieve. Everything is mentioned in the Upanishad. Therefore, when Upanishad itself is praying at the lotus feet of the holy name, then those who chant the holy name, they will get the same knowledge and benefit also of the same thing. So, Nikila Suti Mauli Ratnamala, Duti Nirajita Pada Pankajant, Ayimukta Kuler Upasya Manam, Paritatvam Harinama Samshrayami. Kindly add the sloka to your chanting, because the purpose of reading this book is to improve our chanting. It's not just we are just reading and go on complete this book and go to the next book. That's not the idea. As Maharaj gives an instruction to this, sit properly, we sit properly, right? Uh, you know, sit in a quiet place, sit in a quiet place. Try to chant in the morning, try to chant in the morning. It is not just reading information here, but we are trying to apply in our Krishna consciousness. Therefore, also kindly add this particular sloka. Uh, First thing, not every round you have to chant. One time you can chant before you start your chanting. Now, the second sloka, it says that it is spoken by King Parikshit. This is from the 10th canto, first chapter, and the fourth verse. Nivritta tarsher upaghiyamanat bhavasat chotra manobhiramat ka uttama sloka gunan vadat puman virajyata vina pashugnat. Nivritta tasyir upaghiyamanat bhavo sadha chotra mano abhiramat ka uttama sloke gunanovatat puman virajyata vina pashugnat. Glorification of Supreme Personality of Godhead is performed in the parampara system. That is, it is conveyed from spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification is released by those no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Descriptions of the Lord are the right medicine for conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such glorification of the Lord except a butcher or one who is killing his own self? Therefore, the importance of chanting has been mentioned in this particular sloka for those who are interested. Those This is not for those who want to kill themselves. Kill themselves is not the body. Yeah, self-suicide means suffering the Atma. Atma cannot be killed, but we have to do not take it literally. What it means is that Atma is killed, meaning it goes through the suffering repeatedly again and again, which means we are harming our own Atma. Puman vrajyata vina pashugnat. It's like a butcher who's killing himself, killing the animals. Nivritta tasye rupagiyamanat bhavo sadakchotra manobiramat ka uttama sloka gunanuvadat puman virajyate vina pashugnat. So kindly please add this one also into your chanting every day morning. Let's add this one. Whoever is joining, maybe doing the first round of chanting can try to start with this sloka, two slokas. So kindly add these two slokas with the translation. Or you can chant and then come over here. That's fine, however you want to do it. Um, in other words, only those persons can glorify the holy name who are no longer interested in their own praise or in the glorification of the material world. These two verses draw our attention to the extraordinary nature of the holy name and help us to remain attentive while chanting. I would like to offer a further means in this connection. This is Maharaj, not me, which helps me in personally again and again. I often say to myself that the Lord is present in three forms in the material world. Number one, as the deity. Number two, as the holy name. And number three, and sometimes directly as an avatar. Among these three forms, the holy name is the most merciful, merciful, and while chanting, I have the possibility to associate with the Lord directly in this form. So no, not everyone will share their personal things. Something is very confidential. You don't go and publicly say, I experienced this one, I do this one, Krishna appeared in my thing. We don't tell these things. But Maharaj is openly saying, I have the possibility to associate with Lord directly in the form. So he's telling to his mind, by doing this one, you can possibly associate with the Lord directly. He might have also associated with that directly, but people may take it little differently. Therefore, he's just covering his realizations and experience. By meditating in this way, I cannot stay indifferent or inattentive while chanting, because after all, I am aware that at this time I am associating with Krishna. This meditation helps me a great deal. When this is a very nice thing, when you go to a shop, especially over here, you go to Schnucks or you go to Costco, you go to any of this shop, and you're in a rush, and there's one person in front of you, and you're trying to find someone, so you're trying to find a particular, say, a milk. You don't know where the milk is, and then because the big shop, so you want to ask someone, you find someone who they're having the badge, how can I help you? So you go there, but that person is already talking to someone, and then when you try to go and try to get the person attention, what the person says usually over here is, can I get back to you? I'm helping this customer, I'm taking care of this one, I'll come to you. That's how usually they say here. They don't tell 10 different people answering, and it doesn't work. It happens in other places, but here it doesn't work, right? They respect their given time with that particular customer to satisfy that customer. And then once that customer is done, then they turn towards us and they try to talk to us, right? When the customer service is like that, think about us when we are chanting, we are associating with Krishna, right? So we have to be attentive to address Krishna, that I am associating with Krishna. Therefore, we don't try to do multiple, try to attend other customers. Other customers are our material senses, material needs and demands and thoughts and many things. Those are all customers waiting in the queue for us to distract us. Whereas we have the boss in front of us. The boss is the owner of the shop is standing in front of us and talking to us, or we are talking to the owner of the shop, right? Then we don't try to deviate ourselves to attend other things when the manager is right there, the boss is right there. We just thought I was just relating this particular thing to that particular scenario. When we can do that, why can't we do the same thing with chanting the holy name? When we're chanting the holy name, we just tell to others, I'm busy, Prabhu. Sir, I'm busy. Right? We should be brave to say that I'm associating with Krishna. This meditation helps me in a great deal. Last paragraph. Ultimately, everyone has to find the most effective method for himself. In any case, it is advisable to begin with a short meditation on chanting. For if one thoughtlessly jumps right into action, the mind will easily drift away due to not being fixed properly. But if one has to become aware of the importance of chanting, then it is easier to gain proper respect and undertake a greater effort to overcome inattention. So, before we chant, we prepare ourselves, our mind, why we are chanting, what is this chanting, just prepare our mind. In that way, we can make our chanting much better every time we try to, every day we are improving, continuous improvement, as they say in corporate world, right? It's a continuous progress or improvement we have to do on a daily basis. So we appreciate what the chanting is. Also, in Mukundamala, there's a beautiful sloka which talks about the benefits of chanting Krishna's name. It says there are Kulashekara Alvar. It says there are seven benefits. There are seven benefits. Chatru Chetaika Mantram, Sakala Upanishad Vakya Sampuchya Mantram, Samsarotara Mantram, Samupichita Tamastanga Niryana Mantram, Sarvaishwaryaika Mantram, Vyasana Bhujaga Sandasthana Santana Mantram, Jikve Sri Krishna Mantram, Japa Japa Satatam Janma Sapalya Mantram. This is a very beautiful sloka. Stotram in Mukundamala, where Kulashekara says there are seven benefits by chanting Krishna's name. What are the seven benefits? Shatru Chetaika Mantram. Chetaika Mantra means it is this one mantra, that is Krishna-Nama, will destroy one's enemies. One's enemies. We have all these enemies. And again, you heard this one. The biggest enemies are the enemies within ourselves, unpaid, ungrateful. They just stay inside and try to do all sort of things for us. So by chanting the Krishna's name, our internal enemies will be destroyed. Upanishad Vakya Sampujya Mantra. Sampujya means puja. Is a collaboration of essence of all puja. Has been said by the Upanishad that chanting of Krishna's name is the most sacred one than anything can. Upanishad says, like how we saw over here also in the Nikhila Suti Mauli Satnamala, Duti Nirajita Pada Pankajant, Aimukta Kule Upasyamanam, Paritatvam Harinama Samshrayami. That is also the same thing. Upanishad glorifies the holy name, worship the holy name, and exactly the same thing Kulashekara is also saying. Upanishad Vakya Sampuchya Mantram. And the third thing he says is Samsara Uddhara Mantram. Samsara Uddhara Mantra means it is a mantra which will cross us over from material world to the spiritual world. We can easily cross over this samsara by chanting Krishna's name. This is the third benefit. The fourth benefit is Samupichita Tamas Sangha Niryana Mantram. It is a mantra which can banish the deep and dark clouds of ignorance. We have a lot of ignorance. We have a lot of doubts in our mind. Everything will go away by chanting the holy name of Krishna. This is another benefit. We have so many doubts. Am I doing right? Is this going to help me spiritually? Will I be, all sort of different doubts that we may have, spiritual doubts as well as the material doubt that we may have, conditioned doubt. The darkness, the cloud of darkness, of ignorance, all will disappear by chanting by chanting the name of Krishna. That is number 4. Number 5 is Sarva Aishwarya Eka Mantram. Sarva Aishwarya Eka Mantram. Eka Mantram, this one mantra, Krishna-Nama, will give all the wealth that we need. If you are wanting to have material wealth, yes, it will definitely give material wealth also. If you want to have the spiritual wealth, it will also give the spiritual wealth. Therefore, one can chant the name of Krishna and get this Aishwarya. And then 6th one is Vyasana Bhujaga Vashana Bhujaga Sandashta Santhara Mantram. Santrana Mantram means Vyasana Bhujaga. This mantra acts like a medicine because we are all bitten by the venomous snake called this material affliction, material attachment, the material thing. We are all bitten by the snake, and the poisonous day by day is just increasing. When we are bitten by the snake, immediately we have to take the poison out. Within a matter of second, it just spreads all over the body color changes, and the person dies. So every day the poison is increasing, and only medicine that we have that to get rid of this poison of the snake bite, that the worldly thing that we are so much, which is influencing us in a day by day, is by Vyasana Bhujaga Sandashta Santrana Mantra, means by chanting Krishna name, this poison will go away. But the thing is, this medicine has to be taken every day. Otherwise, the poison comes back again. Because we are not living in Himalayas, we are not living in Kashi or Kailash or any other places. We are in this foreign country. Even in India, also the same case. We are moving around. And there's a poison. Everywhere is a poison. You open your eyes, you see a poison. Your ears doesn't need to be open. It's always hearing some poisonous thing about songs and glorifications and many things that you can. And the tongue is also being poisoned by so many tasty and all the way that we talk. Therefore, it's important that every day we take this mantra. And then the last one is Janma Sapalya Mantra. Janma Sapalya Mantra, by reciting the one mantra, Krishna Nama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting this Sapalya Mantra, Janma Sapalya Mantra, there should be some purpose in our life. There should be some purpose in our life. Now, 2 more minutes, I'll stop. There should be purpose. Right? The life has to be fructified. We are all taken birth. Therefore, we must have achieved something in our life. Every one of us have something to achieve in our life. We want to become an engineer. We want to become a doctor. We want to become a well-known person in society, except whatever we may have in our life. Those are all fine. But then the real purpose of life is to attain Krishna Bhakti and go back to Krishna. And that is only possible. Janma Sapalya Mantra, this mantra, the name of Krishna, is the only way by which we can attain the perfection of our life, make our life useful. Therefore, this is a beautiful sloka of giving which talks about the benefits of chanting Krishna's name. Shatru Chetaika Mantram, number 1. Sakala Upanishad Vakya Sampuchya Mantram, number 2. Samsarottara Mantram. Samsarottara Mantram means it lifts us. Number 3. Samuchita Tamas Sangha Niryana Mantram. The darkness of all that we have, our doubts and everything will go away. Sarvaishwarya Mantram. This one mantra will give all Aishwarya that we are looking for. Vyasana Bhujaga Santasthana Tantrana Mantram. And it also removes the poison of this material existence. Therefore, Kulashekara says, Jigve Sri Krishna-Nama Japa Japa Satatam. Japa Japa Satatam. Therefore, oh my tongue, Jigve means tongue. That my dear tongue, chant the name of Japa Japa Satatam. Chant the name of Krishna all the time, which is the only way to make your life successful. Janma Sapalya Mantram. So this is what has been told. We can also remember, I like this particular stotram, but from Mukundamana. If you like, you can also add this to your list of slokas to recite every day. With that said, I'll stop here. And if there's any questions or discussion, we can pick up tomorrow as I pass 5 minutes already. Thank you all very much. You all have a wonderful rest of the day and meet you all tomorrow, 5 a.m. Central. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.